Hello, my dear students. How are you? So, myself Nidhi Parashar. I am master teacher chemistry at Vedanta Olympiad School. So, मेरे बच्चों आज का सेशन हमारा अगेन NACGS ओरिएंटेड सेशन है। उन्हें सभी बच्चों के लिए है जो NACGS या फिर जूनियर साइंस ओलंपियाड की तैयारी में लगे हुए हैं। एंड latest information about the science olympiad is the registration process which was supposed to be started from 1st of August is now postponed till 20th of August. So जो सारे बच्चे जो जूनियर या सीनियर साइंस ओलंपियाड 2020 की तैयारी में जुटे हुए हैं, लगे हुए हैं, उनके लिए बहुत ही ज़रूरी सूचना, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन, पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इट इज दैट द रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस फॉर नेशनल स्टैंडर्ड एग्जामिनेशन दैट विल बी पोस्टपोन्ड टिल 20th of August, right? So all the students, they must be looking forward for 1st of August for the registration process to begin, but now because of this COVID thing, right, the process is postponed till 20th of August. Yes, but एक बहुत ही ध्यान देने वाली बात is there on the website of IAPT, official website of IAPT, that it is written very clearly the examination will be held maybe little delayed because of COVID, right? So it is a kind of assurance they are giving that examination will be held. हो सकता है थोड़ा देर से हो सकता है there will be certain delays because of this COVID scenario, but yes, of course it is there, right? So लगे रहें आप लोग साइंस ओलंपियाड्स की तैयारी में, क्योंकि एग्जाम तो होना ही है। ओके, सो NACGS के प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस करने वाले हैं आज हम किस टॉपिक पे? एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर पे, right? Atomic structure is a very basic topic of chemistry that you all should know, because chemistry is the study of matter and matter is made up of atom. तो atom के बारे में सब कुछ पता होना और जानना तो बनता है, तो atomic structure पढ़ना भी बनता है, right? But my advice to all the junior science aspirant is don't spend too much time preparing for atomic structure, because there are certain areas which are important for junior science olympiads and from which questions are being asked previous year also. So you should stay focused on those areas rather than going into so much theory and keep on doing it again and again and giving so much time. You should be doing smart work, right? So you should be knowing what to do and what not to do as far as your science olympiads are concerned. So if I talk about atomic structure, you should be more focused on photoelectric effect. Yes, bit of Rutherford models you should know, and then basic formulas, the formulas of velocity, radius, energy as per Bohr's model you should be knowing, right? De Broglie's equation, and the most important, the quantum mechanical model, the quantum numbers and the electronic configuration, the most important, right? Still let us have a look कौन से ऐसे क्वेश्चन है, कौन से ऐसे टॉपिक्स हैं एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर के जिनसे कि प्रीवियस ईयर NSCGS क्वेश्चंस आए हैं, right? So let us start. Okay, let us have the very first question. The very first question that we have is maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in subshell with azimuthal quantum number L equal to 4. So आपसे पूछा गया है azimuthal quantum number 4, L is equal to 4. Maximum how many electrons we can fill, right? That can be accommodated. As you all know, there are four quantum numbers: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. This particular question is on azimuthal quantum number, right? So for L equal to 0, if azimuthal quantum number L is the value is 0, that represent S subshell. As we all know, azimuthal quantum number tells us about the subshells, right? 1 P. If L is equal to 2, it is D. If it is 3, it is F, and it is 4, it is G subshell, right? So these all are the subshells which azimuthal quantum number tells us. Now we all know we have one orbital in S subshell, 3 orbital in P, 5 orbital in D, 7 orbitals in F, and 9 orbitals in G, right? So we have 9 orbitals in G subshell, and we all know that we can maximum fill 2 electrons in an orbital. एक orbital में हम 2 maximum electrons fill कर सकते हैं. So if we have 9 orbitals in G subshell, that is L equal to 4, that means we can fill maximum of 18 electrons in it. So answer to the question would be 18, right? So what should be our answer? 18 is the answer to this question, right? So a very easy question on quantum numbers that you should be able to do if you have done your atomic structure. Let us move on to the next question. Next question is again a previous year question based on electronic configuration. So the electronic configuration which obeys Hund's rule for the ground state, the most stable state of carbon atom is, so carbon atom atomic number is 6, right? So atomic number 6, the electronic configuration, the ground state electronic configuration obeying Hund's rule पूछी गई है for carbon atom. Hund's rule क्या है? Hund's rule, a rule to write electronic configuration. What is it? What does it say? So electron pairing will not take place in the orbitals of same energy until each is singly filled. अर्थात जब तक सेम एनर्जी वाले ऑर्बिटल में एक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन फिल नहीं किया जाता तब तक दूसरा इलेक्ट्रॉन, द पेयरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन विल नॉट टेक प्लेस, राइट? सो दिस रूल इज पर्टिकुलरली फॉर डीजनरेट ऑर्बिटल्स, ऐसे ऑर्बिटल्स जिनकी एनर्जी सेम है. फॉर एग्जांपल इन 2p I have px, py, pz, they all have same energy. So while filling the electrons, we need to put single electron in each, then only we can do the pairing of electrons, right? So carbon configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So in both the p, one electron should be filled. So you can see which is the best, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2 singly filled. This is the correct representation as per the multiplicity is maximum. Multiplicity maximum होनी चाहिए, so they should be in the same direction. The spin here they are in the opposite direction, right? So spin get cancels out. So Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, the multiplicity should also be the maximum. So what is the answer? That is answer is A for apple, right? So this is the answer to this question. So वेरी अगेन इजी क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. जैसा कि मैंने आप लोगों को बताया है, क्वांटम मैकेनिकल मॉडल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, क्वांटम नंबर्स, द मोस्ट frequently asked topics in NSCGS from atomic structure. So and very interesting, very basic also. So you should all be knowing this. Okay, now the next question is on photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? The emission of electrons from the surface of metal if we incident some electromagnetic radiation, if some radiation is incident on the surface of metal, that is photoelectric effect. Light डालने पे electron की emission. Okay, now the photoelectric effect होगा कि नहीं, photo electrons will come out, will be emitted or not, that depends upon the frequency of the incident radiation. Yes, these were the conclusions of photoelectric effect, observation in photoelectric effect phenomena, right? कि electron निकलेंगे या नहीं, that depends upon the frequency of incident radiation. And we all know there is certain minimum frequency of every metal कि जितनी रेडिएशन, जितनी फ्रीक्वेंसी की रेडिएशन we should put on the metal surface, that particular minimum frequency that should be there on the metal surface to cause photoelectric effect is threshold frequency, right? So electron निकलेंगे या नहीं, that depends upon the frequency of incident radiation, right? And कितने electron निकलेंगे, how many photoelectrons will be ejected out, that depends upon the intensity of the incident radiation. Now what is intensity? The number of quantas in the radiation, or we can say what is intensity? The energy radiated per unit area, right? So the question is the graph between intensity of the radiation, incident radiation, photoelectric current. So photoelectric current अगर frequency जो हम डाल रहे हैं that is above the threshold frequency, that means the frequency, the radiation is sufficient to cause photoelectric emission, photoelectrons के emission को वो cause कर सकती है. So more is the intensity, more we put quantas on the metal surface, more electrons will come out, because the rule is one electron will absorb one quanta of energy. So if we increase the intensity of incident radiation, that means we are increasing the number of quantas that we are falling on the metal surface. So more quantas will fall, more electrons can be ejected out, one quanta will absorb by one electron, right? Yes, so जितने quanta absorb होंगे उतने electrons can come out, because उन quantas में जो energy है that is more than threshold energy, right? So what should be the correct graph? Photoelectric current will increase if the number of photoelectrons will increase. जितने ज़्यादा electrons निकलेंगे photoelectric current भी उतना ज़्यादा होगा. So which is the correct graph between intensity of incident radiation and photoelectric current? That is C option. right? So C is the correct representation above threshold frequency, of course, if the frequency of incident radiation is. सो फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट जैसा कि मैंने आप लोगों को बोला है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ग्राफ्स भी आए हैं. आइंस्टाइन इक्वेशन दैट वी यूज इन फोटो इलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट is also important. Questions are being asked on that as well. So please do revise this topic. Do this topic thoroughly if you are targeting junior science Olympiads. Okay, so let us move on to the next question. Again, quantum numbers. The maximum number of electrons. Again, the similar kind of question that can be filled in principal quantum number 3. So principal quantum number tells us about shell. So they are basically asking how many maximum electrons we can fill in third shell. So we all know 3s, 3p and 3d is there, right? So maximum we can fill 2 electron in s, 6 electrons in p and 10 electrons in d. So maximum how many electrons we can fill in third shell? 3s2, 3p6, 3d10. So that makes a total count of, yes please, what should be the answer? 18. Very easy peasy lemon squeezy question, right? Previous year hai bhai. Okay, so next question. As you can see, there is a nice, wonderful, awesome graph given in this question that makes you a bit एकदम ये अरे ये क्या पूछ लिया. But it is pretty easy question based on simple one de Broglie's equation. The photoelectric behavior of potassium, lithium, magnesium and Ag metal is shown on the plot. If the light of wavelength, oh, not the de Broglie, it is a simple graph. They are asking about the simple basic relation. Wavelength is given, which will cause photoelectric. But as I told you, photoelectric effect very important. So आपसे पूछा गया है, this graph is given जिसमें incident photon energy दी हुई है, and if light of wavelength 400 nanometers incident on each of these metal, so which will cause photoelectric effect या photoelectron की emission. So what you will do is, so this is the incident wavelength. Incident wavelength जो है हमारी, that is 400 nanometers is the incident wavelength, right? This is the incident wavelength 400 nanometer, and the graph is given in which incident photon energy in electron volt is given to you. जो photons डाल रहे हो उसकी energy, right? As you can see, from this energy for potassium the photoelectric effect will begin. From this energy for lithium the photoelectric effect begin. From this energy the photoelectric effect will begin, right? So you just have to check the basic formula लगा के, energy is equal to hc by lambda. Lambda is, you know, right? And you can calculate the energy part. Yes, energy, can you calculate the energy corresponding to 400 nanometer? Can you calculate the energy? Yes, using the simple equation E is equal to hc by lambda. So incident energy you will get, incident energy you will get, right? E is equal to hc by lambda लगा के, h is Planck's constant, c is speed of light. That is already given in the question as well for your help, although you should be remembering these values, right? So you can easily calculate the value of energy, incident energy, right? You all can calculate. Now that energy will get in joules, so you have to convert that joules into electron volts, and the conversion is also given. After using this equation, E is equal to hc by lambda, and lambda is given to us 400 nanometer, that means 400 into 10 raised to minus 9 meters. We can calculate the energy in joules. We can convert this joules value into electron volt, as 1 electron volt is equal to 1.6 into 10 to minus 19 joule, right? So we can calculate. So we get to know the value of incident frequency in electron volt, and after observing the graph we can tell 2.5, ये value 2.5 is the value of threshold energy for lithium. So threshold energy for lithium is 2.5. You can say in between 2 and 3 it is electron volt for lithium, right? So this is the threshold energy, minimum energy required to cause photoelectric emission. So अगर आपकी जो energy calculated है, incident energy is more than this or equal to this, then the photoelectric effect will be observed. If it is less than this, अगर वो जो light incident radiation की energy है that is less than this, then there will be no photoelectric emission, right? So I just hope you can do. So these are the threshold values, the minimum requirement for each metal. So you can say 2.5 for lithium, in between 2 and 2.5, around 2.25 for potassium, and here 3.75 for magnesium, and nearly 4.4 electron volt for Ag. So ये सारी values graph से you can see for threshold energy. So if your incident energy is equal to or greater than threshold, then the photoelectric effect for that particular element will take place. So beautiful question on photoelectric effect, as I told you, the important one. So you can mark your answer easily, right? Okay. So let us move on to the next question. C60 emerging from a source at a speed C60. Fullerenes you must have heard about. Emerging from a source at a speed v has a de Broglie wavelength. De Broglie wavelength का question is there. The value of v. So I hope you all must be knowing the de Broglie's equation. Lambda is equal to h by mv. So this lambda is given to us 11 Armstrong. 11 Armstrong, that means this much meters, right? 1 Armstrong is equal to 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meters it is, right? So 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meters. So lambda is given to us. Planck's constant is already given to us, that, and also we should be knowing it. Then V we need to calculate, and what is the mass? What is the mass? Yes, mass C60. You all know there are 60 carbon atoms C60 molecule में. So one carbon atom, that is 12, right? So one carbon atom is 12, that is the 1 mole of carbon atoms, 12 grams. So 60 carbon atom, 60 moles of carbon atom, that makes 720 grams, and you have to convert it into kgs. मास के लिए आपको यहाँ पे जो मास यूज करना है बच्चों, वो एसआई यूनिट में यूज करना है. सो बी केयरफुल, मेनी स्टूडेंट्स डू दिस मिस्टेक. बी केयरफुल while using de Broglie's equation and Heisenberg principle. SI units are to be used. So you have to use this mass in kgs, and you will easily get your answer using de Broglie's equation. Lambda is equal to h by mv. So de Broglie क्या कहता था कि every matter around us, everything has a wave nature as well associated with it. That means every particle has a wave nature. So वो मेटर वेव्स कहता था उन्हें, एंड द मेटर वेव्स के लिए उसने वेवलेंथ निकालने के लिए इक्वेशन दी थी लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू h by mv. So lambda is given, velocity you have to calculate, mass C60 into 12, that is 720 grams for 1 mole of C60, and you can convert it into kg. Please convert it into kg before putting the value of m in de Broglie's equation. Easily you will get your answer, right? So lambda is equal to h by mv, that is lambda is given to us, right? That is 11 Armstrong, that is 11 into 10 raised to power minus 10, 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 33 here, 34 here. 6.6 into 10 raised to minus 34 is the Planck's constant. Mass minus 3 into V. So here you can easily calculate the value of V by solving this basic equation. Yes, everyone. So what should be your answer? The answer should be 0.5, the velocity in meters per second. This is the answer, right? So de Broglie's equation use की and directly formula application, and you get your answer. Now this type of question very important, relative abundance of isotope. Yes, one more thing I want to tell, isotopes, isobars, atomic number, mass number, very 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 important, right? So average atomic mass निकालना है. दो isotopes हैं, right? Chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. Average atomic mass is given. You have to calculate the relative abundance. कितना percent chlorine 35 होगा and कितना 37 होगा. So I hope you all must be knowing the formula. Average atomic mass जो है that is given to us 35.45, right? Then 35 वाला जो जिसका मास 35 है, that isotope is suppose x%, and the isotope with 37 mass number will be of course 100 minus x. Total percentage is this 100 minus x. So the mass of one isotope into its percentage relative abundance, the mass of other isotope into उसकी percentage. You will get value of x. Solving this equation definitely you will get the value of x. Very important, mark it भाई. इस तरह के क्वेश्चन relative abundance जहाँ isotopes का मास दिया है, एवरेज एटॉमिक मास निकालने को बोला गया है या एवरेज एटॉमिक मास निकाल दिया गया है और परसेंटेज रिलेटिव अबंडेंस निकालने को बोला गया है. दीज टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन बहुत बार बहुत सारे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स में पूछे जाते हैं, तो यू शुड ऑल बी नोइंग दिस इफ यू आर रियली सीरियस फॉर जूनियर साइंस ओलंपियाड्स. वेरी बेसिक, राइट? सो मास नंबर, एटॉमिक नंबर, आइसोटोन्स, isobars, very common terms, again and again being asked in competitive exams, right? In one or the other way. Isoelectronic, yes, of course, don't forget to know what are isoelectronic species, the species having same number of electrons, most important again. Okay, so I hope you can easily get your answer as 3:1, right? So they were simply asking the ratio, right? Abundance ki ratio, percentage calculate karke you just take out the ratio of that percentages. Okay, so we have already seen so many questions from atomic structure, previous year NSCGS questions, right? So let me tell you the another question which is asked from number of nodes. So for 4p orbital, the number of radial and angular nodes. So you should be knowing radial nodes. Nodes is a region जहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन मिलने की probability is nearly 0, right? So radial nodes का formula क्या होता है? Radial nodes also known as spherical nodes, n minus l minus 1. And angular nodes का formula क्या होता है? Angular nodes का formula is L, right? N is principal quantum number, L is azimuthal quantum number. So for 4p, if they are talking about 4p, N की value is 4 and L is equal to 1. P subshell L equal to 1. So just tell me the answer. Radial nodes, 4 minus 1 minus 1, 2 and 1. L, the value of L, P के लिए L is equal to 1, that means angular node is also 1. So what should be the answer? These formulas you should be knowing. Radial nodes and angular nodes. Node is a region where probability of finding the electron is nearly 0, right? So उस पे ये क्वेश्चन है. दो तरह के नोड्स होते हैं, one is radial, another is angular. Radial nodes के कितने डिस्टेंस पे फ्रॉम द न्यूक्लियस, कितने रेडियस पे, you will get a region जहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉन probability is 0. Angular nodes is the area, the planes, the surfaces where in the orbital where there is electron finding probability is 0, right? So these two formulas you should be knowing. The question is there previous year NSCGS, so of course it makes it important notes. Okay, so what is the correct answer to this question? Of course D for donkey, right? ओके बच्चों, सो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हमने देख लिए फ्रॉम वेरियस टॉपिक्स ऑन एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर प्रीवियस ईयर. सो शायद आप लोगों को अब तक बहुत क्लियर आइडिया लग गया होगा कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, इन्हीं टॉपिक्स में से अगेन एंड अगेन क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड. सो ये वो सारे क्वेश्चंस, वो टॉपिक्स कवर किए गए हैं इन क्वेश्चंस के थ्रू जो कि इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर. सो माय जेन्युइन एडवाइस टू ऑल द जूनियर साइंस एस्पिरेंट्स, प्लीज डू टेक केयर ऑफ दिस टॉपिक्स, प्लीज डू these topics thoroughly from atomic structure. So now in the end I have a homework question for you. So which of the following has the maximum number of unpaired electrons? अनपेड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इसमें से किस में है? बी केयरफुल, बिकॉज बहुत सारे बच्चे जब कैटायंस की इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन लिखनी होती है गड़बड़ कर देते हैं, गलती कर देते हैं, राइट? सो I hope you will not do that. So unpaired electrons कितने हैं? This question might be asked in a way, the magnetic movement, the paramagnetic behavior. So that all depends upon the number of unpaired electrons. So this is the homework question for all of you. Do this question and give your answer and write your answer in the comment section, right? So if you like this video, please do like and share this video and let us know so that we can keep on helping you for your Olympiad preparation. So till then, thank you so much and all the best for your Olympiad preparation, science Olympiad preparation. Hope to see you in the next session, bachon. Okay, bye, take care.